To many people, this is what the 600 block of Avenue H South is known for. The high-profile murder back in 2011 cemented people's views of this area of town, particularly this street, this block. But of course, that's not the whole story.
I think people shouldn't be under the illusion that, this is, Riversdale's turned into Stonebridge or something. Like it's, basically, there's still people with all different economic, parts of life. There's still all sorts of different people.
Caswell remembers that night. At the time, after the murder, he considered moving.
And now basically they've torn it down.
But now he says he loves this block, loves this area and the people.
When people started in the block caring about where they lived, things start, little by little, things started changing.
That change in the eyes of many is gentrification. Property values in Riversdale have jumped by 26% this year. The new business boom on 20th Street a few blocks away has now spilled over here to the 600 block. But this local business owner says when he decided to open his ice cream shop, he was simply looking for the right fit.
It's a touchy subject and it's a strange word. I don't really like the word personally. Like for my wife and I, we have no plans to, we're not trying to bring any change or do anything like that. We're just like, we like ice cream. We live across the street right over here. We thought this would be a sweet place to open our ice cream shop.
This long-term resident agrees that most of the change here is good. She says it's inevitable with things like the farmers market and River Landing that the change would eventually come here.
We've seen the changes in the whole neighborhood with River Landing and the farmers market and 20th Street is so many new restaurants and interesting things happening there. So it makes sense.
In many ways, what's happening here on the 600 block of Avenue H South is emblematic of what's happening in Saskatoon's inner city. It's changing. There are no more gang houses like the one that once stood here. There are new businesses down the street. But one expert I spoke to says we need to be careful. We need to make sure that all this change doesn't alienate long-term residents. He says any upgrades to this street need to benefit the people who've rented here for decades. Charles Hamilton, CBC News, Saskatoon.